I'm at Art Cambridge Financial. I'm with Art Cambridge himself. Good to see you again. All right, we've talked about, Medicare and supplementals and advantages. What we haven't talked about is one thing that everybody tends to need as they get older. I know it pertains to me, and that's prescriptions. Covering prescriptions can be a little tricky if you don't have the proper things in place, yes?
Correct.
How can you help people?
Well, there are 50-some different prescription drug plans here in Missouri.
50.
Thereabouts or more.
Yeah.
So you have to know what you're looking for and what you're looking at. And the regulations about what we can ask and what we can't ask. But the big deal is getting a list of a person's prescriptions, finding out what pharmacy they like to go to, then making sure that when you put all the prescriptions and the dosages and everything into the government website, then it will actually tell you which or a number of different companies' prescription drug plan will best fit that particular client.
Right.
And of course, then you've got to explain to them what the deductibles are, what the co-payments are, what's covered, what's not covered. And it can be rather mind-boggling to a client that takes 10 prescriptions.
Yes, and that's not necessarily a minority of people out there who, once they're reaching a certain age, 10 prescriptions is not that unusual.
Correct.
The other thing is, I would imagine you have to plan ahead. There's got to be some sort of elasticity in these different programs, because the 10 that you're taking right now may not be the 10 you're taking 6 months later.
Correct. All the plans' formularies will be different. The government says that the least expensive one has to meet a certain parameter, and then the insurance company can actually upgrade the parameters to where you have a bigger formulary.
Okay.
And like I said earlier, the big thing is finding all of your drugs in the formulary. Are they tier 1s? Are they tier 2s? Tier 3s, tier 4, like myself. I got put on a new one, and my wife went to pick it up at the store, and I hadn't satisfied my deductible, and it was $500, and she like to had a heart attack.
Yes, and that happens. That's not an unusual thing that you're talking about.
Correct.
There are a lot of surprises, but when you started talking about that and tier 1, tier 2, what that says to me is this is the perfect reason to find someone such as yourself who is conversant, who understands all of these different, I keep calling them, hoops that you have to jump through, but it is a fact. There are a lot of hoops out there.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, it's easy because I do it on a daily basis and have for a very long time. The brand new client that comes in, it's like, oh my gosh, you're overwhelming me.
Yeah, but that's also, when you say it's easy compared to the difficulty I would have. It doesn't make it easy for you because it's constantly, that goalpost is getting moved, which is what you do is you keep conversant up to date on all of this.
Correct.
All right.
You have to have, again, continuing education every single year prior to open enrollment, which is October 15th to December 7th. And then you have parameters after January 1 to March 31.
All right. People want to know more about what you do here, might like to set up an appointment to be able to speak to you. How do they do that?
Just call on the phone or go to my website, set up an appointment, and we'll sit down and visit.
Pretty simple. Art Cambridge Financial. And that is Art Cambridge.